Hello everyone and welcome to Spy on Cricket, where we will spy on the T20 World Cup which is happening in the USA and West Indies. To spy on the most recently concluded game Sri Lanka versus South Africa, joining with me, Shatsal Shastrikar and Vardak Viren. I'm your host, Detective Lab. Yesterday we had a game. Yes, we can call it a game. Right?
Yeah, we saw that. Yes, it was a game. Yeah.
Did it?
Yes, lowest run rate in T20 history. That was an interesting game to watch, and for Americans tuning in for the first time, that is not cricket.
That is definitely not cricket. But who are we? But
That we watched that game, the first game I think USA versus Canada. That's a good advertisement for cricket.
of course, brilliant endorsement. India.
And for all our viewers, USA-Canada is the oldest rivalry in cricket in history, predating England versus Australia as well.
Hold on.
Yeah, the first time match, right?
Yeah.
Why did they stop then?
You can ask the Americans who will be there.
Maybe when Indians.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the game yesterday. Sri Lanka winning the toss and deciding to bat first.
Man, our skipper said that we have a very good bowling lineup. So I mean, I'm not going to go against what he said, but I think the problem was we didn't get enough runs. I mean, it's pretty obvious and evident. Everybody's speaking about it, but it's as simple as that.
The tale of what ifs in Sri Lanka cricket continues. Had we posted 120, 130, we would have been quite competitive on that day. But I'd like to know which mastermind in our think tank looked at that strip yesterday, a strip of complete unknowns. Both opposition have not started it before, and thought, hey, this is a good bat first kind of day.
And that making a statement of what if we had 20 more runs, 30, 40 runs, that pattern continues in South Africa. We have been saying that for the last 3 years continuously, and we have not worked on that.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the guys didn't really understand the conditions, and the expectations were far higher in terms of total, and the fact that they didn't recalculate after a few overs was a big mistake every day.
And a quick fact for our viewers, in the past 2 years, 56% of the time we've won toss, we've gone on to lose. 47% of the time, we've actually lost the toss, we've gone on to win.
Where do you find this stuff? Seriously?
Right up here, Jack. Right up here.
Right.
Okay, so from the toss, let's talk about the playing 11. You happy with the 11 that we selected?
Well, there's no point in being happy or not. I'm pretty sure the relevant people would have been happy about it. Well,
For me, there were two changes I would have made right up front. When you know that this surface is very suited to both spinners and pacers, I would have been tempted to play DDS. And that begs the question. You have a so-called anchor in your middle order, but you don't use the anchor when the anchor is needed. You send in a floater being your skipper, who perishes off his second delivery. And then your anchor comes in at 38 for 3 and decides, you know what, I'll have a one-handed swipe at Maharaj. I'm talking about the one and only Sadira Samarabikram, and that's a topic of conversation that I think all Sri Lankan fans should have. What is Sadira's role in this T20 side?
I don't see a role because at the end of the day, if Vandu Hasran was batting at number 4, I don't see him really taking a slot after that in a T20 team. So, well, question goes to the relevant authorities. What is his role? And to all our viewers, what is his role? I say Chinese role, maybe there are other roles.
And what about the two slingers, both of them playing together on that surface?
See, from what we saw of this New York pitch, even in the practice game against India and Bangladesh, we saw guys who released the ball from a higher position, got more variable bounce and more deviation. And sometimes when the ball is being released at a lower angle, the shiny side knocks the surface, and it's not as bad as facing someone with a higher arm action. So that's the observation that I had, but what do I know about cricket?
And Shasha, for all our US viewers tuning in, how do you make this new ball swing?
Here, I told him not to ask me difficult questions. I'm not Einstein, okay? I swing it.
What a great delivery.
And something that I saw a lot on social media is that Asun Shan bowled really well with his pace. and how much of an effect that Dushman Shamir might have had in that service.
Yeah, I mean, guys like Nokia and Janssen who have like higher actions, they got a lot out of the surface. Even as you said, Dasun Sharma bowling 120 was very useful. So exactly why I felt Madhu Shankar or Shamir would have been more useful on this track.
And also, when just before that, Bachman and Nokia, both of them bowled two of the most economical spells in the history of the T20 World Cup. And with Nokia, 4 overs, 4 for 7, and Bachman, 4 overs, 1 for 9.
Man, that was embarrassed, honestly. Our fellows couldn't face that Barman, right? I mean,
It's
nasty.
Barman.
Yes, this is Barman was playing.
And Bachman has created havoc even in the SA T20, and that's 8 overs there in the mid 16th or 17th, losing 5 wickets. How on earth are you expected to post a competitive total? And we spoke about Dasun Shankar, but when you have someone in our ranks also who can touch in that 120 and cause havoc with the new ball early on in the light form of Angelo Matthews, it's another case of what if Dushman Shamir played, what if Dushman Shankar played on that wicket? Because if Matthews and Shankar, if your fifth bowling options are doing the trick, surely our pacers would have thrived in those conditions.
Yeah, but
we got our pacers and not our slingers.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, there's no point in talking about the bowling when all the batters got 76 runs. So, big question mark there.
Exactly, because even with 77 runs on the board, I think the bowlers did a decent job.
100%.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Our guys keep talking about our brand of cricket with the bat. What has been our brand of cricket with the bat lately?
I'm looking for that brand, but I've not found it yet.
Yeah.
So I just did one. But remember, we're the spies, we are trying it.
Yeah, I think that brand, I think we have failed to revolutionize the brand that we had. I think that's the problem, Viren, in my opinion, because our brand of cricket, we had a solid T20 side, actually, before 10 years, we won the World Cup. So after 10 years, we have completely fallen back. I think some of the Association Nation batting lineups are better than us in this format. You can say that even as well.
So far, it seems like it, but it's too early to call on anything because there's a lot more games to happen in different venues, which might suit us as well. So let's see.
Exactly. So next match, Bangladesh.
What's the dance?
An argued rivalry, exactly.
Man, talk about the rivalry. I'm excited to watch this. Only problem is, it's going to be at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No worries. If a Shakib B. Matthews thing doesn't wake you up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, I don't know what will. But I hope I set my alarms right in case I'm timed out and unable to watch the game at 6 a.m.
I also want to get there. So yeah, it's been very interesting battle, especially Shakib versus Matthews, all of that happening in that 50-over cup encounter last year. So this game, it will certainly have a lot of bad blood, we can say. And that last T20 series, actually, was really close between the two sides. 2 games for Sri Lanka, just won that Nelson Montoshaw's hat-trick.
Yeah,
so
I mean, our boys did really well. And thinking about the conditions on this new venue in Dallas, suited the batsman a lot, especially under lights. The ball just hit onto the bat, and the boundaries weren't as big as New York. So it will be a high scoring game for sure. So let's hope that we'll assess the conditions right this time around and get the right 11 on the park.
Best option is to lose the toss, and then we don't have the excuse.
That's one way we can look at it.
Exactly.
Lose the toss.
Exactly. So the next game against Bangladesh, the USA, they managed to chase down 119, just 17.4 overs in that first game of the tournament against Australia.
I have a suggestion. Can we swap the batters from the two teams? Get the Americans into our team and send our guys into the American team.
I mean, the way our batters have gone, they're on holiday. I mean, they'd much rather get that green card, stick around in the US.
Exactly.
And we have Boris Johnson coming in.
Swap it around.
Exactly, a tale of two halves.
Yes, indeed.
So let's see what happens in that game against Bangladesh. It's an important game for both the sides, especially for Sri Lanka after losing against South Africa. We need that win. So thank you, South Africa. Thank you, Viren. We will join with you once again after the end of the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh game. We will have an analysis like this, and we will bring you some interesting moments that we captured when we spied on that second game of Sri Lanka.
And let's not forget, we are more about entertainment, less about information.
And let's hope it's actually a game of cricket and not a game of convoluted, unrefined baseball.
Of course.